is going on, Saints Nation? It is your boy, Who Dat Davis, coming to you live from his man cave, his man Saints cave, as we are bringing you a post-game show. The Philadelphia Eagles just got upset 2010 by our boys, the Who Dat boys, the New Orleans Saints. Happy New Year to everybody down here, down south, to every Saints fan around the world for being here today. It is your boy, Who Dat Davis. And as always, if you don't know, you will know that over here we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. Thank you very, very much for joining me. If you guys are happy as I am right now, this feels great. This feels absolutely great, right? It feels absolutely. The Saints took care of business and they pulled out the upset, beating the number one seed Philadelphia Eagles, one of the best teams in the NFC this year, 20-10 on the road in their own stadium. This is great. Now, this still means the Saints are in the playoff hunt. Despite the Bucs winning today against the Panthers and clinching the division title, they still have a chance for the 7th seed. Am I going to say the Saints are going to make to the postseason? No, I'm absolutely not. Absolutely not. But there are pathways for the Saints to get into the NFL playoffs as the number 7 seed, and it starts with this game right here. Right now, the Green Bay Packers are hosting the Minnesota Vikings, and right now, if you are one of those people who still are holding on to the hope that we're making the playoffs, you need to be watching this game, and you need to be a Vikings fan, and they are in great position right now. They just blocked the punt to set the Vikings up inside the Green Bay 2. The Vikings are in great position right now. If you're hoping for a playoff spot, this is how you do it right here. This is going to be a very interesting 2 weeks. Now, there's still pathways, a lot of factors that need to be put in for the Saints, but this is a good start, right? This is the good start. The Commanders just lost today. The Vikings are about to score to go up 7-0 early. The Rams have to beat the Seahawks. The Green Bay Packers have to lose one, which is this one. And then let me read the other one. Let me read the other factors. But this is, oh man, I'm excited. I am excited. So here's how the Saints get 7th seed. They have to win. They have to take care of business next week at home against the Panthers, since the Bucs already won us out. Washington has to lose out. Let's talk about that real quick. The Washington Commanders have to lose out, and next week they play the Dallas Cowboys. And since the Saints beat the Eagles, that means the Cowboys have something to play for. They have something to play for because no team can rest their starters unless you're the New York Giants, and they don't even factor into your own equation. Dallas has to Washington next week. That's one factor. The Seahawks have to lose to the Los Angeles Rams, so you're counting on Baker Mayfield. If you're hinging your bets on Mayfield, don't get too excited, but that's another factor. Detroit has to lose once. That's going to be next week. Since they beat the Bears today, they have to lose next week to the Green Bay Packers. And now the Packers have to lose to the Minnesota Vikings right now. They are in 3rd and goal. What in God's name are they doing? Right? They are in 3rd and goal right now. That's absolutely crazy. Let's talk about this win today. This win is great. The Saints have come out. They have been undefeated. They have had the best statistical defense in the NFL to come out of their bye. Offense is still giving me questions. They're still concerning because that second half by that offense was absolutely abysmal, especially Andy Dalton. I was ready to throw my hat and rip it in two and throw the chunks up against the wall because for some god unknown reason, he's holding the ball knowing that his offensive line is injured, missing injuries, Pete. Ryan Ramchick left in the first quarter due to a hip injury. He didn't return, and they are healthy up front, minus Josh Sweat. Prayers to Josh Sweat. They had Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and those boys were teeing off on Andy Dalton in the second half. Now, Give credit where it's due to the Eagles defense. They made the necessary adjustments. They went from zone coverage to man coverage, and they didn't have an answer. They forced Andy Dalton to hold the ball, and they teed off after him. I have no idea what just happened. So if anybody caught that, please let me know. I missed it. But this is great. Marshawn Lattimore had a clutch game-winning pick six that kept the Saints' playoff hopes alive by the absolute slimmest of margins. The slimmest of margins. That Saints defense is what we expected it to be. They came away with 6 sacks. Cameron Jordan is now the new franchise-leading sack holder after his 3-sack performance today. Congratulations to Cameron Jordan, a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion. No one has done it better for the Saints than Cameron Jordan, number 94. He's going into the Saints Ring of Honor when he retires. At least I hope he does, because that number needs to go up in the rafts. Very much deserved. The linebackers, Caden Ellis, Demario Davis, Pete Warner on special teams, getting his feet wet again after missing last week with an injury. The secondary did its job. They did its job. I wanted to see more of Alontae Taylor, right? But I'll take this performance just as well. Marshawn Lattimore, Austin, he didn't have any back-breaking penalties. I think the Saints came away from this game without having any penalties to speak of. An overall clean game at the very least. And I'm very, very, very pleased about that. Very pleased. I like what I saw from Carl Granderson. I like what I saw, obviously, from Caden Ellis, who I am still advocating for them to receive a new contract. Here we go. Didn't miss it. Let's watch it together. 3rd and goal. Takes the snap. Gives it to Cook. And he gets stuffed in the backfield. The Packers defense holds, and now they are forcing the Minnesota Vikings into a field goal situation. How aggressive do they want to be right here? Shout out to that Packers defensive line. That was a crazy push up the middle from number 93. And Preston Smith off the edge. That's really good defense by the Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to hold them. I'll be honest, I'm not expecting us to make the playoffs. I just want us to finish strong. I want us to go into the offseason feeling good about something. I want us to feel good about something, right? Because we deserve that after meh. Okay, they're on the board 3-0 early on. I'll take that any day of the week. What a day. What a day, guys. This is great. We beat the Eagles. OG, Triple OG, Jerry Poor. Love you, man. Miss you. How have you been? Man? Finally. Yes, finally. I don't want to hear nothing from Eagles fans anywhere, right? Because they were singing praises about beating Trevor Siemian, about beating Taysom Hill. I don't want to hear nothing about that. We just limited their high-powered offense to 10 points. 10 points. You can't tell me or any Saints fan anything. All you needed to do was beat a team that has a losing record this year, and you clinched the number 1 seed. That's all you have to do. And you couldn't even do that. I don't want to hear nothing from no Eagles fan. I don't care about that number 1. I don't care about that first-round pick. I don't care about where we're at. I don't care. I just want that pick to be a mid-round pick at the very least. If it's a mid-round pick, I'm not sweating that at all. But I like how the Saints defense is playing hard, especially Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu had started this season very rocky, missed a lot of tackles, wasn't very good in coverage. We thought he had lost a step. He still has lost a step, in my opinion. Here we go. Oh, he's gone. Oh, they got Nixon back in that pump. Oh, that's wild. That's crazy. Packers just scored on the kick return. I think we got our next Cordero Patterson in the league, guys. Absolutely nuts. That's absolutely nuts. That special teams for the Green Bay Packers has done a 180 compared to last season. Shout out to Nixon, man. That was a great kick return. It's like, oh, he's gone. Absolutely gone. He just ran right up the middle. Right up the middle, guys. Gone. To the house. To the house. Man, I don't even know what else to say. I feel happy as it is. I'm just happy that this team is fighting. They're fighting for everything. They're finishing strong so we can build off it for next season. This team, even though they're going to be losing a lot of guys in the offseason, I assume anyway, this team is still right there. They just need to get younger in certain positions, particularly the defensive line, and and on the back end, Marcus May, I don't believe is going to be that guy. I do believe in Tyrann Mathieu. I like what I've seen from him, but they just have to get younger at certain positions. They've already shored up their offensive line. James Hurst is going to be out the door soon. You've got Trevor Penning on a rookie deal. You've already got Andrews Pete for at least one more year. You just signed Eric McCoy to a big time to a long-term deal. You got Cesar Ruiz, who's in to get a contract extension. He's going into his final year, and you just paid Ryan Ramczyk a season or maybe 2 seasons ago, so he's going to be here. You got this offensive line that's still going to be within their prime overall, minus Andrews Pete. Going to be young, going to be athletic. I'm liking what I'm seeing from it. You have to have an answer for your running back position. Alvin Kamara is one thing, but who's going to be that running back number 2? I do not expect Mark Ingram to be that guy that's going to return. I actually expect Mark Ingram to no longer be here with the Saints in the offseason. Either he's going to find another team or he's going to retire. One of the two, you're going to have to find someone to replace him. I like what I've seen from Eno Benjamin in certain spots. I didn't see a whole lot. I need to see much, much more. But so far, so good in the right direction. Hopefully, Eno Benjamin can end up being that answer for you going forward, because the Saints are in a pickle. They need that number 2 to give Alvin Kamara some breaks. They're going to run. You can't run him so many times between the tackles because he's the guy that does his best work when he's out in space, making people miss. And as a receiving back, you need that bruiser back that's going to pound that rock up the middle and tire out opposing defenses. The defensive lines, front sevens. Can Eno Benjamin be that? Don't know. I like what I saw and the little that I see. I'm not too sure about the quarterback position, but it has to be answered. I do not believe in Andy Dalton being that veteran bridge quarterback. Not after what I just saw. What I've been seeing from him overall this season. You need a game-changing quarterback. You need that guy that's going to end up catapulting you and creating plays, off-script plays from time to time when things in the pocket break down. You got to have that next level speed to extend, create plays, things of that nature. Andy Dalton's not that. I still believe in Jameis Winston. Believe it or not, I still believe in Jameis. If he does decide to stay here, play on his final deal, and he gets the nod that he is due to have somewhere, I wanted to be with this team still. But that being the case, I'm open to anything. I'm still open to anything. Let's go ahead and read down a little bit more here. Hello, Who Dat family. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Miss Barbara. Missed you. How you been? How's the family? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Great time. Hey, guys, fun fact, by the way. The New Orleans Saints have not lost a single game at all in 2023. What just happened? I think it was an incomplete pass. Yes, incomplete pass. I will take that. I want Chris Olave to have his 1,000-yard season, by the way. That's still a thing, right? Still a thing. And finally, I'll just say I'm happy that this team's putting up a fight. I'm happy this team is finding its identity on defense. Still got too many questions on the offense. I didn't see one target for Chris Olave in the second half. Can't have that. He's your best receiver on the field right now. You have to find a way to get Chris Olave involved somehow, some way, by hook or by crook. I want Chris Olave to come away from this season with 1,000 yards and solidify himself as the leading candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. If he can have a strong performance against the Carolina Panthers next week, I believe he'll really assure that up. I think he needs 18 yards from what I see here on my stat sheet. Yeah, Chris Olave needs 18 yards to go over 1,000 on his rookie year. I want that taken care of next week against the Panthers because Mike Evans just went crazy. He went stupid for like 10 catches, maybe 11 catches. Bobble drop catch. Packers defense is feeling itself. They're feeling themselves. If I were Jameis, the last place I want to be is New Orleans. I agree. Unfortunately, even though I want Jameis Winston to be here to realize his potential, Dennis Allen has made it crystal clear that he does not believe in him. Jameis Winston deserves to be a starting quarterback for a certain team. Probably. What about the Commanders? They got some good pieces. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel. That's a good three-handed monster right there for Jameis. He can make some noise over there in the East. What about I would say the Rams, but they got Matthew Stafford locked up on a long-term deal. You got the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith is having something of a downward spiral after starting off the season hot. You got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant. Offensive line's not doing too bad. A couple of moves here and there in the offseason, and that offensive line can do pretty good things for Jameis. So you got the Seahawks, you got the Commanders, you've got possibly the New York Jets, assuming that Zach Wilson doesn't take that next leap in the following season. You've got who else you got? Probably the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I like what I've seen from Kenny Pickett, so I wouldn't hinge my bets on it. The wild card team for Jameis Winston or Ravens, and that's only if they don't figure out a long-term deal for Lamar Jackson. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch for, by the way, this offseason. The Lamar Jackson drama storyline going into the offseason. Will he get the back he's due? I believe he will. Lamar Jackson, they see what the Ravens offense looks like without Lamar Jackson on the field. He is that next level quarterback. He's the quarterback I wanted on this team, but Sean Payton decided to trade up to get Marcus Davenport for whatever reason. You guys know that whole spiel, right? What other team could it be? It could be the Raiders. Derek Carr is looking like he's going to be out the door. The Raiders look like they're going to be in the market for a quarterback, maybe a bridge quarterback. Jameis Winston could go there and maybe prove himself with Devontae Adams, with Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller, that an elite receiving tight end when he's healthy and on the field. You got a number of good teams out there for Jameis. Saints need work to get number 7 seed. I agree, they do. And it starts with this game right here. If the Packers win this game, the Saints are mathematically out of playoff contention because they need the Vikings to win for them to stay alive. And that's only one of many factors. They have a lot of work. That's why I'm not hinging my bets on the Saints securing the number 7 seed. But personally, I don't even care. I've written this team off as not being a playoff contending team long ago. If only the Saints continue to handle business a couple of weeks ago when they were on the road taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then next week would have been a win-and-end situation for them. That's all. But I'm happy this team is finishing strong. I want them to finish strong. It's only fair. You know what I'm saying? I want them to finish strong. Let's go take this game. Aaron Jones just broke one for, I think, 13 yards. Vikings defense is not looking good for Saints hopefuls that are looking to have a chance at the number 7 seed. But hey, the chips will fall where they may. But that's going to be it for this one. I apologize for this one being short. I am getting back into the swing of things with creating content for you guys. I know you missed me. I apologize. I'm going to be here for you guys going forward. I have one more live stream tomorrow covering this game, the Saints and the Eagles, and the overall outlook of the Saints 2022 season as a whole. So please keep it locked here tomorrow between 10 and maybe 2 o'clock. I will be going live talking about my final thoughts and in my opinion on the Saints season as a whole, from Dennis Allen to the quarterback position to the running back. Every position is going to be talked about, and I will be opening up the phone lines for you guys so you can chime in, get your thoughts there. I hope you guys keep it locked here. Please make sure you hit that like button. You hit on there; they're very near. So, with that being said, I am out. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I will see you tomorrow between 10 and 2 o'clock. And as always, if you don't know, you will know over here. We bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. I'll see you guys tomorrow.